University Challenge. Asking the questions, Jeremy Paxman.
Hello, tonight is the penultimate match in this competition. Last time we saw the University of Warwick beat Imperial College London to take the first place in the final, and whichever team wins tonight will be playing them. Now, the team from Magdalene College, Cambridge, took 5 matches to get to this semi-final with 4 victories, and their only defeat was at the hands of Warwick, who, as we know, now await tonight's winners in the final. With an average age of 31, let's say hello to the Magdalene team again.
Hello, I'm James Byrne. I'm from Welland Garden City in Hertfordshire, and I'm studying maths.
Hi, I'm Adam Davies from Wichita, Kansas. I just graduated a degree in history.
This is their captain.
Hello, I'm Daniel Lawson. I'm from the Wirral and I'm studying medicine.
Hello, I'm Kerry Payne. I'm from Little Wheaton in East Yorkshire and I'm studying theology for ministry.
Now, Balliol College, Oxford are here with no defeats among the 4 matches they've already played to reach this semi-final. Only slightly the younger team of tonight's match. They have an average age of 27. Let's meet the Balliol team again.
G'day, I'm Ben. I'm from Perth in Western Australia and I recently completed a master's degree in law.
Hi, I'm Selene. I'm originally from Bath and I'm studying classics.
And this is their captain.
Hello, I'm Michael from Blackheath in London. I've just finished a degree in philosophy and politics and I've just started a degree in philosophy, also at Balliol.
Hello, I'm Lily from Leamington Spa in Warwickshire and I'm reading for a DPhil in history.
OK, you all know the rules, so fingers on the buzzers. Here's your first starter for 10. Which element of the periodic table links the names of all the following? A wingless insect of the order Zygentoma, a US statistician and author of The Signal and the Noise and the 2012 film.
Magdalene Davies.
Silver, AG.
Silver is correct, yes. You get 3 bonuses on approximate contemporaries of the poet Dante. Born around 1275, Gedimanus, an adversary of the Teutonic Knights, ruled which polity from 1316 to 1341?
I would say that sounds quite Lithuanian, that name. The AS ending is quite Lithuanian.
Okay, so just Lithuania.
I don't know if Lithuania itself is a country, but...
Livonia?
Livonia, yeah.
Livonia?
No, it's Lithuania.
So sorry.
The Grand Duchy thereof. Secondly, born around 1260 and renowned for her physical strength, the Mongol princess Kutulian is sometimes cited as the inspiration for the title figure of which opera by Puccini?
La Bohème or...
La Bohème isn't about Mongols.
No. Turandot then, yeah. Turandot?
Turandot is correct. And finally, born in the Scottish borders in about 1265, which Franciscan friar and theologian was given the Latin epithet Doctor Subtilis?
Like around that time, Roger Bacon. He's not from the borders, though, is he?
I think it could be Dr. Roger Bacon.
He's a scientist.
Sorry?
He's a scientist.
No, that's
Franciscan
Bacon.
friar. Can you think of anyone?
Cuthbert?
Sorry?
Cuthbert?
That's earlier. Roger Bacon.
It's not St. Cuthbert.
Yeah, Roger Bacon's on.
Go for that. Roger Bacon?
No, it was Duns Scotus. 10 points for this. In a paper of 1927, the US physicists Clinton Davison and Lester Germer described a diffraction pattern formed by the scattering of what objects from a thin piece of nickel? Their results supported a hypothesis set out by Louis de Broglie some years earlier.
Magdalene Lawson.
Photons.
No, I'm afraid we lose 5
Balliol
points.
Schofield.
Electrons?
It is electrons, yes, you're correct. These bonuses are on an amino acid. Involved in the regulation of gene expression, which amino acid has the symbol K for kilo in the single-letter amino acid code?
This might actually be tryptophan.
Not phenylalanine.
Because it begins with T and tungsten begins with T and there's a thing.
Okay. Tryptophan?
No, it's lysine.
Okay, it's not.
In mammals, the SUV39 enzymes are among those that can methylate which specific lysine residue on histone H3. This leads to gene repression by the HP1 protein.
Guess a random number. 8.
No, it's 9. The binding of HP1 to lysine 9 can be blocked by the phosphorylation of an adjacent residue. What name from the Greek for movement is given to the class of enzyme responsible for this type of modification?
Kinetic, maybe.
Kinase.
Kinase is correct, yes. Right, 10 points for this. In a Republican government of the 1920s and 30s, holders of what office included Wilhelm Marx, Hans Luther and Heinrich Brüning? Theobald von Bethmann-Hollweg held the office of...
Balliol O'Connor.
Chancellor.
Chancellor is correct. These bonuses are on linguistic terms. What Greek-derived term means the transposition of sounds or letters in a word, such as the development of the word bird, which in Old English was pronounced brid?
I mean, what phonetics? I don't know what that is.
The alteration of letters in a word.
What do they call? What is phonetics?
Transposition.
Yeah, but
Transposition is Greek derived.
Transposition.
No, it's metathesis. The dropping of letters in the pronunciation of words such as the first D in Wednesday is known by what term? The same term in pathology indicates heart failure.
Myocardial infarction. Infarction.
something like okay.
Infarction.
No, it's syncope or syncopation.
Oh.
And finally, from the Latin name of the soft palate, what term describes the articulation of a consonant in which the back of the tongue is raised, as with the letter L in full?
So there's like palatal. It's not going to be fricative. Label. There's a label.
That's the lips, isn't it? Labial.
Well, maybe it might be just palatal. But that's saying so.
Any thoughts, Lily?
Isn't it?
This is going back to my philology lecture.
It's not
last year.
glottal, is it?
Glottal.
That's a tongue.
Yeah.
Should we just say palatal or?
Palatal.
No, it's velarization. 10 points for this. Answer as soon as your name is called. Using the thin lens equation, what is the focal length of a thin lens if light from an object 60 centimetres away from the lens is brought to a focused real image 30 centimetres away from the lens?
Magdalene Byrne.
2.
Balliol Schofield.
4.
No, it's 20 centimetres. 10 points for this. The name of what creature links the following? A common model organism in plant sciences of the genus Antirrhinum, the symbol of the Chinese zodiac that comes between the rabbit and the snake.
Magdalene Lawson.
Dragon.
Dragon is correct. Right, you get a set of bonuses on India. All three answers include the word Pradesh, meaning region or state. Firstly, the UNESCO-listed Khajur Aho group of monuments is in which state, about 300 kilometres northeast of the capital, Bhopal?
That's
Bhopal
sort of,
state capital.
that's sort of central India, isn't it?
It's like Madhya.
Is it Madhya Pradesh?
I think
Is
Madhya.
it- The two obscure ones are
think it's
Madhya and Andhra.
I think it's Mandya.
Madhya.
Madhya.
Madhya Pradesh.
Madhya Pradesh is correct. Larger than Scotland, but with a population of less than 2 million, which state borders Bhutan, Myanmar and China?
Andhra Pradesh.
Yeah, but it's not Uttar.
It's not the second kind. Andhra Pradesh.
No, it's Arunachal Pradesh.
Oh, sorry.
Shimla was a summer capital of India under British rule and is now the capital of which northwestern state?
It's Himachal. Is that Himachal Pradesh? Is that,
Is that a state?
Is that a state?
I don't know.
I want to say Himachal Pradesh.
Okay. Himachal Pradesh.
Himachal Pradesh is correct. Right, we're going to take a picture round now. For your picture starter, you're going to see a map with a city indicated. 10 points if you can give me the current name of the city and the historical figure after whom it was named until 1990.
Balliol O'Connor.
Karl Marxstadt and Stuttgart.
No.
Magdalene Byrne.
Karl Marxstadt and Leipzig.
No, it's Karl Marxstadt and Chemnitz, or Chemnitz. 10 points for this. Picture bonuses in a moment or two. From the Greek meaning up and take, what term denotes the literary device at which events in a story are related at a point in the narrative after later events have already been recounted? The device is commonly called flashback.
Balliol Schofield.
Hysteron, proteron.
No, you lose 5 points.
Magdalene Lawson.
Anabasis.
No, it's analepsis. 10 points for this. Named after an area of Tokyo, which period of Japanese history followed the...
Magdalene Davies.
Edo period?
No, you lose 5 points. Followed the Jomon period and lasted from around 250 BCE to 250 CE. Its 5-letter name is also the name of a Japanese artist famous for her use of polka dot patterns.
Balliol O'Connor.
Yukio.
No, it's not. It's Yayo. Right, 10 points for this starter question. In a common laboratory procedure, the addition of an equal measure of phenol and which other compound is used to purify nucleic acids from proteins and lipids?
Balliol O'Connor.
Ethanol.
No, you lose 5 points. Having the chemical formula CHCl3, it was pioneered as an anaesthetic in 1847.
Magdalene Byrne.
Chloroform.
Chloroform is correct, yes. So we follow on from Karl Marxstadt, the former Karl Marxstadt, with the locations of 3 more cities that formerly bore the name of significant figures in the communist world. In each case, I will need both the former and the current name. Firstly, this city and the name by which it was known until 1990.
Is this the author one?
So there's a Gorky place.
Gorky, which is now Novgorod.
Is it Nizhny Novgorod or just Novgorod? Just Novgorod.
Yeah,
They're different.
No. Novgorod is northwest.
So Gorky and Nizhny Novgorod.
Yeah.
Gorky and Nizhny Novgorod.
Correct. Secondly, this city and the name by which it was known until 1991.
Is Dushanbe and Leningrad? Or like Leninbad?
Isn't that-
Leninbad.
Is that Tajikistan or is that Kyrgyzstan? That's Kyrgyzstan, isn't it?
Oh, it's Kyrgyzstan.
So Bishkek then.
Well, Bishkek or another.
I feel it's Leninabad somewhere.
Leninabad. And if it's Bishkek, should we say that?
Yeah.
Go on then.
And Leninabad. Bishkek and Leninabad.
It is Bishkek, it's Frunze is the other place.
no.
Sorry.
Finally, this city and the name by which it was known until 1992.
That's Montenegro.
Pristina. Oh, no, that's.
No, that's the wrong one.
What's it called? Podgorica.
Yeah.
Podgorica.
Yeah.
And what was it?
What is it?
Podgorica. But yeah, what was its full name?
Could be Tito.
Sorry?
Could be Tito something.
Tito.
But it's Yugoslavia.
We need a full name. though.
Titograd.
Titograd, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, sounds good.
Yeah, so Podgorica and Titograd.
Yeah.
Podgorica and Titograd.
Podgorica and Titograd is correct. 10 points for this. I need a 2-word term here consisting of phrases adapted from a work by Cicero. What name is given to nonsense text that imitates...
Magdalene Davies.
Lorem ipsum.
Lorem ipsum is correct, yes. You get a set of bonuses on group theory and mathematics. A group is defined by satisfying 4 axioms: associativity, identity, inverse elements, and what 4th axiom?
Closure.
In which combining any 2 elements always gives another element.
Closure.
Closure is correct. Sometimes written as the direct product Z subscript 2 cross Z subscript 2, the group of symmetries of a rectangle can also take the name of which German mathematician born 1849?
Called the Klein 4 group.
Klein 4 group.
So Klein.
Klein 4 group, so Klein.
That's correct. Yes, Klein is correct. What word describes those abelian groups that can be generated by repeated use of a particular single element?
Cyclic.
Cyclic.
Cyclic is correct. 10 points for this. Greasy, pearly, silky, and adamantine are among the terms used in mineralogy to describe what property of a gemstone relating to its appearance in reflecting light?
Magdalene Lawson.
Lustra.
Luster is correct. These bonuses are on Shakespeare's The Taming of the Shrew. In each case, identify the character from their first lines in the play. Gentlemen, importune me no further, for how I firmly am resolved you know. That is, not to bestow my youngest daughter before I have a husband for the elder.
So this is the father. He's called. What do we do? Have you seen Kiss Be Kate?
I can't remember his
Did you
name.
say Bartholomew before?
Yeah, that could be it. But
Like,
Oh, yeah. Good, yeah. That was,
He's a minor character.
he's a minor character.
what was it?
Father. I can't remember.
Come on, let's have it, please.
Bartholomew.
No, it's Baptista.
Oh.
Secondly, I'll fees you in faith.
Oh, fees you in faith. Grumio? I don't know any.
I don't know. Katerina's in it, isn't she?
Yeah, but do you think that'll be the last one? Grumio?
No, it's Christopher Sly. Sister, content you in my discontent. Sir, to your pleasure humbly I subscribe. My books and instruments shall be my company. On them to look and practice by myself.
Katharina?
No, it's her sister. It's Bianca.
Dear.
10 points for this. It's a music round. For your music starter, you're going to hear a piece of popular music. 10 points if you can name the solo artist singing.
Rows and flows of angel hair and ice cream castles in the air.
Magdalene Davies.
Joni Mitchell.
It was Joni Mitchell, yes. That was from her album Clouds, one of the many records whose cover art was painted by Mitchell herself. Your music bonuses are 3 more acts known for creating their own album covers. 5 points for each you can identify. Firstly, this band.
Do we want to make stuff up or we don't have a clue?
But you could make a stupid guess of like, take that, but it obviously isn't.
Daft Punk.
No, that's the Flaming Lips. Secondly, this band.
Princess Anne on sousaphone.
Oh, is this the
Introducing Liberace.
one from the 80s? Pet Shop Boys?
The Pet Shop Boys.
No, it's not. It's the Bonzo Dog Band.
Very different.
Close.
And finally, this solo artist.
Does it sound like Kate Bush?
Kate Bush. Does it?
Sure, yeah.
It sounds like her.
Okay, she probably did. Kate Bush.
No, it's Grimes. Right, 10 points for this. In Plato's Cratylus, Socrates quotes which earlier philosopher when he says, all things are in motion and nothing at rest?
Maudlin Davies.
Heraclitus?
Heraclitus is correct. Or Heraclitus, if he's willing. Right, your bonuses are on Chinese history. A single word answer is sufficient in each case. The subject of a prominent pre-modern novel, the period known as the Three Kingdoms, followed the collapse of which Chinese dynasty?
It's Han, isn't it?
Is it the Han?
Yeah.
I think.
The Han?
Correct. Which dynasty was established by the fall of the short-lived Sui dynasty?
How do you spell Shui?
S-U-I, presumably.
Or S-H-U-I, yeah.
Song?
Song, yeah. Song?
No, that's Tang. The period known as the Five Dynasties and 10 Kingdoms followed the end of the Tang and founding of which dynasty in 960?
This is the song.
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 It's a song.
No. Song?
Song is correct. Right, 10 points for this. Attributed to Paul Dirac. What form of notation in quantum mechanics uses operators represented by a vertical line alongside either a forwards or backwards pointing chevron?
Maudlin Byrne.
Brat and Ket.
Brat and Ket is correct, yes. Your bonuses this time, Maudlin, are on physics. How many quantum numbers determine the quantum state of an electron in an atom?
This is SPD.
No, it's not that.
Different, I think. 4 was my instinct, but I don't know why.
Go for it then.
4?
4 is correct. Referring to an angular measurement, what alternative name is sometimes used for the orbital angular momentum quantum number?
Could that be spin?
It's probably spin, yeah.
Spin?
No, it's azimuthal.
Oh,
And finally, what letter of the Roman alphabet is used to represent the principal quantum number?
that is. I might be charged, so Z.
Z?
Yeah.
Z?
No, it's N.
Oh, yeah.
10 points for this. Answer promptly, giving the 2 elements that take their names from bodies that are now classified as dwarf planets.
Maudlin Lawson.
Plutonium and cerium?
Correct. Your bonuses this time are on countries that border Saudi Arabia. In each case, name the country from the description of its flag. Firstly, a horizontal tricolour of white, red and green. At the hoist, a vertical red stripe with a national emblem that includes crossed swords, a dagger and a belt.
Hang on.
I want to say Bahrain for some reason.
No,
Bahrain's
it's definitely
just
not
alternating
Bahrain. I mean,
stripes,
it's more
yeah.
distinctive. I don't think it's Q8.
Oman? Oman?
It could be Oman.
No. Oh. Yes. Yeah, I think it's Oman.
Oman?
It is Oman, yes. Which flag has only 3 horizontal stripes, red, white and black, with no emblem or inscription?
It's Yemen.
Yemen. Yemen?
Yemen is correct. And finally, a white field on the hoist separated from a larger maroon field by a zigzag border.
That's Qatar.
Yeah.
Because Bahrain
Qatar.
doesn't.
It doesn't
Bahrain's
border
an
it. Okay.
island.
Qatar?
Qatar is correct. 10 points for this. Which novel of 1850 is set in New England and has Hester Prynne as its...
Maudlin Davies.
The Scarlet Letter?
The Scarlet Letter is correct. Your bonuses are on art and history. In each case, give the 2-word name of the French polity that saw the creation of the following artworks, for example, Fifth Republic or First Empire. Firstly, Clouzot's film The Mystery of Picasso, depicting the artist at work in Matisse's Chapel of the Rosary at Vence, completed shortly before his death?
So if it's interwar, it'd be Third Republic.
Yeah, Third Republic. Okay.
Yeah.
Third Republic?
No, it's the Fourth Republic. Courbet's The Origin of the World and Basille's Summer Scene, the latter completed shortly before the artist's death, aged 28 in the Franco-Prussian War.
Oh, that'd be Second Empire.
Second Empire.
Yeah, Second Empire.
Second Empire?
Second Empire is correct. And finally, Monet's Impression Sunrise and Chagall's White Crucifixion.
What if we
It's
had?
Third Republic.
That's probably Third Republic, isn't it? No. Yeah.
Late 9th century. Yeah.
Okay. Third Republic?
That is the Third Republic, yes. Right, we're going to take another picture around now. For your picture starter, you'll see a photograph of a Canadian writer. For 10 points, give me her name, please.
Magdalene Davies.
Margaret Atwood.
No, it isn't.
Balliol O'Connor.
Alice Munro.
It is Alice Munro, yes. You saw Alice Munro there, was a multiple recipient of the O. Henry Award, given annually to short stories of exceptional merit. 3 of Munro's stories were also named Juror's Favourite for the year. And for your bonuses, I want you to identify 3 more writers who've received this top accolade more than once. Firstly...
Is this Updike, Hemingway, some masculine American
I
author?
don't think it's Hemingway.
Do you want to try
Try
Updike?
Updike.
Updike, John Updike.
It is John Updike, yes.
Nice.
Secondly...
Flannery O'Connor, somebody like that.
Yeah.
Any thoughts?
No idea.
I'm not sure, really.
Flannery O'Connor.
Correct. And finally...
Is this Faulkner? No.
Who has a big moustache?
I think it might be William Faulkner.
It is William Faulkner, yes. 10 points for this. Lock and key and induced fit are mechanisms...
Magdalene Lawson.
Enzymes.
Enzymes is correct. These bonuses are on institutions of the European Union. The European Parliament sits in Brussels and in the Louise Weiss building in which French city?
Strasbourg.
Correct. The Court of Justice of the European Union sits in the district of Kirchberg in which country?
No, the International Court of Justice.
I think it's in Luxembourg.
Luxembourg. Okay. Luxembourg.
Correct. The European Central Bank has its headquarters in which German city?
Frankfurt.
Frankfurt is correct. 10 points for this. Which prominent scientist's name precedes the words cross and ring to designate forms of images?
Balliol Schofield.
Newton.
No, you lose 5 points. To designate forms of images produced by gravitational lensing.
Magdalene Lawson.
Einstein.
Einstein is correct. Your bonuses are on church architecture, Magdalene. In each case, give the term from the definition. All 3 answers begin with the same letter. Firstly, the part of the east end of a church in which the altar is placed is often demarcated by a screen or railing.
There's a rood screen. So is it rood or not?
Chancel.
Chancel. Chancel.
Chancel is correct.
Very good.
Secondly, an upper level of windows often added to the walls of the nave to admit light.
Clerestory.
Clerestory.
Correct. And finally, the top or head of a column, often decorated with motifs that might include scallop shells or water leaves.
Capital.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah. Capital.
Capital is correct. 10 points for this. In 198, which Roman emperor captured the Parthian capital Ctesiphon? He had earlier...
Balliol O'Connor.
Trajan.
No, you lose 5 points. He had earlier seized power during the year of the 5 emperors in 193 and died in 211 at York.
Magdalene Davies.
Septimus Severus.
Severus is correct. Your bonuses are on the central nervous system. Which surgeon wrote the 1817 essay on the shaking palsy? A degenerative disorder was later named after him.
Parkinson, probably. Yeah. Parkinson?
Parkinson is correct. Referring to its dark, pigmented appearance, what 2-word Latin term denotes the region of the midbrain that is particularly affected in Parkinson's disease through the loss of dopaminergic neurons? The term is often abbreviated to SN.
Substantia nigra.
Correct. What name is given to the aggregates or bodies of alpha-synuclein and other proteins that are strongly associated with Parkinson's disease and other types of dementia?
It's a more general term. I'm blanking.
This is on you.
I'm blanking.
I don't really know.
Matter.
Come on, let's have it.
Yeah, Lewy body. No.
Lewy bodies is correct.
Oh, well done.
Right, 10 points for the starter question. With reference to the titles of novels, what enduring fictional character links Cyprus, Edgware, McGinty, Mesopotamia and Ackroyd?
Balliol Schofield.
Poirot.
Poirot is correct, yes. 3 questions on gulfs for your bonuses. Which gulf in the central Philippines gives its name to a decisive battle between the American and Japanese fleets in October 1944?
So there was there's Midway. Is that a gulf? Okinawa's an island, so I think Midway is probably the best.
Midway.
No, it's Leyte Gulf. In which gulf in the South China Sea was the USS Maddox apparently attacked by North Vietnamese torpedoes in August 1964?
Tonkin.
Correct. Which major naval battle was fought in the region of the Gulf of Patras in the Mediterranean in 1571?
This is Lepanto, right?
Yes,
Lepanto.
Lepanto is correct. 10 points for this. To the nearest whole number, the weight of how many metric tons per square metre is equal to standard atmospheric pressure of Earth at sea level?
Magdalene Byrne.
100.
No, anyone want to buzz from Balliol?
Balliol Schofield.
1,000.
No, it's 10. 10 points for this. Depicting scenes including the adoration of the Magi, the Anglo-Saxon object in the British Museum known as the Frank's casket is carved from what material?
Balliol Crowther.
Ivory.
No, anyone like to buzz from?
Magdalene Lawson.
Willow.
No, it's carved from whalebone. 10 points for this. I need the name of a country here. The first 4 letters of the common name of the great ape Pongo pygmaeus spell the name of a port in which Mediterranean country?
Balliol Schofield.
Morocco.
No.
Magdalene Lawson.
Iran.
No, it's Algeria. 10 points for this. What precious object links Zerga and Nadia in the title of an opera by Bizet? An instruction to avoid giving what is valuable.
Magdalene Lawson.
Pearl.
Pearl is correct, yes. These bonuses are on the artist Nicolas Poussin. The themes of death and transience in Poussin's The Shepherds of Arcadia have been cited as a possible inspiration for the 1751 elegy of which English poet?
Gray, surely.
Grey.
Thomas Gray is correct. Kenneth Clark likened the valleys of Poussin's landscapes to the opening of Hyperion by which romantic poet?
Keats.
Correct. Poussin's A Dance to the Music of Time in the Wallace collection inspired a 12-volume
Anthony
series.
Pole.
Anthony Pole is correct. Right, 10 points for this starter question. Which 2 5-letter words, each of which is the reverse of the other, can be defined respectively as a projection that forms part of a joint in woodworking? And at the gong, Balliol College Oxford have 50, Magdalene College Cambridge have 270. Well, Balliol, we're going to have to say goodbye to you, but 50 is not a fair representation of your ability. So you deserve to get a much better score than that, but you're up against very stiff opposition. Magdalene, congratulations to you. We shall look forward to seeing you in the final. I hope you can join us next time for the long-anticipated final of this series. But until then, it's goodbye from Balliol College, Oxford.
Bye.
It's goodbye from Magdalene College, Cambridge.
Goodbye.
And it's goodbye from me. Goodbye.